Night Attack is brought to you by all of our lovely patrons over at patreon.com/Night Attack. Subscribe today. Get the pre-show and after-show early in your own RSS feed. Also, thank you to Doghouse Systems for powering this show and this stream. They're giving us great computers, and you can get one for yourself. Use promo code ROGUE at checkout. You get a free SSD hard drive. Our friend ICU put together this great previously on for Night Attack episode 330.
I don't know. I've been studying DNA and looking at space. What about you?
You know, I was studying eyes and colors.
Eyes? What? I'm sorry. What kind of eyes?
If I were to hummingbird my phone out and tetrachromatic.
Sorry, what?
I love you. All they need are some hummingbirds and tetrachromatic fish in your head. Yeah, scientists, fucking hummingbirds.
Oh my God. Hello, you beautiful bastards. You demon hordes of the internet. It's Tuesday night, and that means it has got to be go time for Night Attack, bringing you the best of the worst of the internet. Hello, you beautiful people. I'm Brian Brushwood in Austin, Texas, joined as always by my BFF and OAK. It's JRY.
All right, we're going to start off this episode with a full meta kind of reveal. We've tried to professionalize this show in certain ways over the years, and part of it is understanding that the first act usually is us. And I thought internally that was because we would get into a rhythm and then we would bring guests in on the second act. I'm now realizing that we did it so we could prevent them from hearing things that happened on the previous episode of the show. And so it is for that reason that I enter into the show with an apology. Antony Johnston and Casey McKinnon, the stars of the new short film that we're going to be talking all about. Welcome to the show.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Also, man, we thought our show was weird, but ICU, hats off to you for making it even weirder. Hey, am I right? Is it tomorrow that it premieres? What we're talking about, Crossover Point, new film that premieres on. I don't know why I'm saying
YouTube.
this.
On
you
YouTube,
know.
yeah.
YouTube, that little-known website.
So talk us through what it is and how it came to be.
Crossover Point is a short sci-fi film that we made entirely during lockdown. I wrote and directed it. Casey and another actor, Moises Chuyan, star. The whole thing is set during the lockdown, during the pandemic, and it is the tale of a journalist who video calls a prominent scientist to talk about his discovery of a parallel universe, and things go badly wrong. And yeah, it premieres tomorrow at 11 a.m. LA time, 7 p.m. London time on my YouTube channel.
So how structurally do you put that together? Is it the same camera that is is stuff done real time, or does everybody just go, shot, reverse shot, or you just deliver your lines, or how'd you do it?
How is what Brian's asking.
Yes.
How, sir?
Yeah. So I set it up. It is literally a video call. That's what the film is. You're watching a video call. And so I set it up to shoot Casey and Moises separately, and then I edited them together. Basically, when we recorded, I cued their lines. I, played their opposite counterpart. And yeah, we did the whole thing separately, edited it all together. I have a lot of experience editing podcasts, so I learned how to use a video editor. And it's not that dissimilar, and just kind of put the whole thing together. Logistically, it was difficult, but because we were only using a single camera for each person, just a literal laptop camera, there wasn't too much extra technology to worry about. So long as we could get that working, it was fine.
Casey, we've known you forever, and it's so great to have you back on the show. But how do you get involved in something like this?
I actually met Antony when I was interviewing him for a Comic Book Orange over a decade ago. And
Wow.
because he also has written a number of comics and video games. And so I interviewed him about that, and we stayed friends ever since. And he's been doing a lot. You've been doing a lot in quarantine. He's been writing a book, and also, well, probably multiple books for all I know. And then he wrote this short script. So when he brought it to me and he said, "Hey, do you want to be in this?" I mean, of course I want to be in this. So, and not only because I'm an actor in quarantine who doesn't have a lot of opportunities to work right now, but because it was a damn good story and a character that I really liked. So
I mean, and that's something that, like, you know, Brian and I have a mutual friend, Andrew Heaton, who's a stand-up comic that's been out there in LA. He was crawling up the walls so much so that he had to literally flee the state because I don't know if you're aware of this, Casey or Antony, but a lot of these people in the creative arts tend to be extroverts. So the idea of a not only being cut off from work and the economic anxiety of that, but also not being able to interact with folks has to be driving you up a wall, Casey.
Yep, I would say that that's pretty true. Although I've been really lucky. I've been really lucky because Antony brought me this. I also did the Plague Nerdalogs, if you heard anything about that, where we raised money for Black Lives Matter by making nerdy monologues. Where I did a monologue from Star Trek Deep Space Nine. I played Cisco.
Nice.
And we raised, I think, $50,000.
Holy cow.
Possibly more, because actually the guy who's been doing it, Mark Bernardin, hasn't told us any updates in a while now. So, you know,
That means he's in the Caribbean. He's got all the money. He's absconded.
Yeah. No. So anyways, yeah. Lin-Manuel Miranda joined us, and a lot of awesome nerdy people making monologues for that. So I've been really lucky that I got to do the nerd monologue, the nerdalogs, Plague Nerdalogs, and I got to do this Crossover Point. And I feel really inspired because this brought me back into the producer fold. And I have a lot of ideas for what I want to do, you know, in quarantine to get me through.
So,
well, and part of the inspiration for this was I woke up one morning and thought, okay, if I had to make a film in lockdown, in quarantine, how and what? And just kind of sat there and let that stew for a while and figured, okay, how could you do it? What kind of story could you tell? And then I wrote the script that day.
Which perfectly segues into my question, because in the very early days of lockdown, on our YouTube channel, Mono Rogue, we felt like, you know, it was important to explain social distancing and you know, we really wore the separation on our sleeve. You know, we duct tape an iPad to the top of a mannequin to portray my co-host, Jason Murphy. And looking back on it now, I realize that, wow, that is definitely forever going to be pegged to a very specific moment in time. How cognizant were you of that when it came to the writing of this, when it came to the execution of it? Were you worried about whether or not, like, is this just going to read as something very specific to this moment, or what factors in?
Well, I wasn't worried about it because it is set in this moment, and that's part of the premise of the story. So it was always designed to work around this moment in time. The one thing it did give us was a certain sense of urgency to get it done so that we could release it before this is all over and we all go back to normal, because then I don't think it would have quite the same impact. But I think in future, people looking back, yes, absolutely, will go, oh, that was made in 2020, because, you know, when else would it be?
Right.
And don't worry, Antony, because we're going to be here for a while if you look at the statistics.
Well, yes.
But actually, we did have some interesting stuff when we were making it. And of course, we wanted to get it out really quickly. We decided to make it a union production because, of course, I'm union. But you have to submit it 3 weeks before you start filming. So, you know, suddenly something that you want to shoot next week takes some time. So we were a little nervous at first that, everyone would be out of quarantine by the time this thing came out. But, well, fate had other plans.
Yeah, that didn't happen.
Turns out
but it did give us lots of time to.
Okay.
Yeah, it gave us lots of time to be prepared technically. That was the one good thing about that, was it gave us lots of opportunity to really nail down the technical aspects of recording, because we recorded picture and sound separately but simultaneously, obviously, to get the best quality that we could. And doing that, at home with your own equipment can be tricky if you're not used to it or if you haven't practiced it. So it did allow us to make a better film.
So,
but by the way, you can get this movie bit.ly/crossover point. So make sure that you go there. It's July 1st. If you're listening to this,
15 hours away.
So hours from when we're recording. Most likely it is already out by the time that you want to watch it. So head on over there right now, bit.ly/crossover point.
So question, how much should people know going into it? Is this something that people should just go in totally blind, or no?
I think it's better if people go in totally blind, but I would say that because I wrote it. I mean, Casey, what do you think?
Yeah, no, I completely agree. You don't need to know a thing.
How long is it? I mean, is this something? I mean, obviously,
for what you're going to put on. You don't have to know a goddamn thing.
No,
what are you doing? You don't have to know how long it is. The moment you load it, it's going to say it on there.
Fuck you. This is TV Guide shit. This is shit you'd see on TV Guide. This doesn't count as spoilers.
Spoilers. It's how many minutes long?
It's 7.5 minutes.
I told you. Yeah, I already figured it all out. My name's Andrew Main. I know everything.
Sure. Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what. Everybody, go ahead there, and if you're actually live now watching us on twitch.tv/Night Attack, then you can sign up to be notified for the premiere on YouTube, which is a super, super awesome feature. All right. One last thing. Is there any...
Sorry, I was just going to say, and we're going to be live in the chat, by the way, as it premieres.
Oh, so you're going to do the countdown. Everybody's live. We're all watching it at the same time. I love that feature. I wish more people were jamming on it on YouTube. Man, okay, I'm going to be there in 15 hours.
You know what? We did a test.
All of the good ideas about distributing this thing came from Casey.
Aww. Thanks, Antony. We actually did a test with I didn't even know what video it was going to be, but he did a test, and we were sitting there oh, it's a 2-minute countdown. This is the best thing ever. I watched a trailer for, I think it was his writing group or something. Great.
It was a 30-second channel trailer for the Crime Writers Association. Yeah.
It was amazing.
I tell you what, let's do a little bit of housekeeping, and then as long as you guys are having fun, stick around for the game that we're going to play. Of course, head on over to patreon.com/Night Attack if you want to support this show. Just $1 an episode. That's all we ask. Normally, we do a big fat name chat quarter hour. I think we could take a break from that this week so that we could jump right into the game. Justin, separately, you're about to hit. Have you already hit 1,000 supporters?
No. We're not talking about that. What the fuck are you talking about?
Keep going.
No, we're talking about Night Attack. We're talking about patreon.com/Night Attack. We're talking about the fact that we always tell a story here at this segment of the show, Brian, where
totally true story.
Everybody who's watching us on twitch.tv/Night Attack can watch us, and it's a 1-minute totally true story that I'm going to tell you right now, Brian.
Thank goodness.
Me and Jordan DeMoss, right? You know Jordan DeMoss. We're all hanging out.
He's the bit
and
boss.
Next thing you know, we're at a Starbucks, and it's non-socially distanced. It's really fucked up, and a theater monkey shows up, and he's got a little red jacket on, and I'm like, well, we're already not socially distanced. Now animals are here, and the theater monkey says "sooth." And I'm like, wait a minute, that's
look. We mean a literal monkey.
Okay. A literal monkey. And I'm like, well, I'm not Sir Paul McCartney or nothing, but that seems like a song in the making. Vlad the Nerf Necco rolls in, and he goes, I'm another character in this story. And I say, I guess. Well, We're all dancing to Rock and Roll Martian a few hours later, and we start looking at each other and saying, you want to know what? We started adversarial, and yet here we are, the best of friends. You're Kuhan Luke, says the monkey, in a way that I didn't think he was able to articulate, and that was the end of this story. I would consider it scooped in.
Scoop JD, but scooped in is fine. Hey man, thank you for everybody engaging in the bit wars right now. Hey Bryce, do you have a game for us?
I do. This is from a friend of ours. You've certainly heard their name many times before if you've been listening lately. Our friend BallWasher 69 is back.
Classic BallWasher.
Man, I tell you what, you have
a classy
names,
show, guys.
You have names that ensure quality. Disney, Apple, BallWasher 69. Like you hear that and you just know that something great is going to be following.
Can I just
Very
say
salty.
how much I'm enjoying the crassness of everything about us?
It over the top.
I'm loving how crass everything is and how just the money is flying in an all-time epic bit war happening. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. And BallWasher realized
Yes, go on.
one of our favorite friends on the internet, the Would You Rather bot, has unfortunately been silent for almost a month. No new polls have been posted on the Twitter bot Would You Rather bot.
COVID got Would You Rather bot?
I mean, would you rather have me or freedom or
Oh no! So you guys know, Antony and Casey, Would You Rather bot, an amazing treasure of Twitter, was this amazing account that, according to them, was a bot that would just tweet out random on the hour neural network that would ask you either or questions. But I guess it's not been live since June 4th. We're just now entering into the first Would You Rather bot month in years.
Would you rather go into a tree or watch a wall? Or sorry, watch a tree or go into a wall?
Right. So they're Would You Rathers like that. So BallWasher 69 went and used,
like the name doesn't not get funny. I mean, it's like we're doing our best to keep it together.
This is why I keep
like, it's one of those that
keep
grows
going.
on you.
Yeah, don't worry. It's all the way up.
Could you imagine when he becomes president? Do you, BallWasher 69, solemnly swear to uphold the Constitution?
I know. And then 50 years later, I knew BallWasher 69, and you, sir, are no BallWasher 69. The legacy.
So I ask you, would you rather BallWash 69 or America BallWash for you? Thank you, bots.
So, yeah, those are the bots also. So, our friend BW went and looked for the best. Yes, that's right, BW69, the 69th of his name. For
BallWasher, 69th of his name,
have done it.
from the House of Washed Balls.
Yeah, I shouldn't have baited you.
we know what.
Bryce.
We know what.
Yeah, we knew it.
We knew.
Know your teammate. Know your teammate.
It's
Know
not
what's
us
gonna
as much as
happen.
it is him. So
Yeah.
they went and looked for and created the Would You Rather bot Hall of Fame, which is what we're going to play tonight. I'm going to give you a Would You Rather bot poll that was posed on Twitter, and you guys are going to give me your answer. I guess we'll technically give you a point if you match the consensus. You don't have to make a big show of it, because sometimes what people would want may not be what they think the populace at
You're
large.
saying vote with our hearts.
I think vote for your hearts. This is one of the lighter games, even though it does have strict rules
Voting
and
for
points.
Justin's mom.
We'll see if that comes up on the list. So,
I'll tell you what, I might be retracting all the calm things I said about this Would You Rather bot. I mean, dares to fame the pure name
Especially
of
with
Gloria
ball washing
Young.
involved.
Yes, I know. Well, I mean, Jesus, at least we'd have a chronicler like BallWasher 69 to make sure that this is kept in
but,
such tidy order.
But what about BallWasher 68? You know, he's just not getting that kind of attention.
Save it for the prequel, Casey. Save it for the prequel. This is
HBO,
all
Imagine
valuable
HBO
the
needs
IP.
them dollars.
There are 68 others out there.
Yes.
Oh, come on. Yeah. That's like 20 episode a season territory. We got plenty of room.
So I'm going to give you, would you rather we'll go in order and everybody will give their answers and then we'll figure out who gets points and whatnot.
All right.
Brian, we'll start with you here. But
Yes.
everyone will answer every question though.
Okay.
Would you rather be locked in an extremely dangerous, high-tech room full of trained and armed kangaroos, or live in a small, comfortable, clean room with great privacy?
This is not a real one. This can't be a real one. Because hold on. Nope. Yep. I'm pretty sure a small, clean room with privacy.
You're going to say the small, clean
Yeah.
room with privacy and all the other
Wait,
things.
read that first one again, Bryce. I need to hear that first option again.
Sure. Would you rather, Justin, be locked in an extremely dangerous, high-tech room full of trained and armed kangaroos, or live in a small, comfortable, clean room with great privacy?
So the issue here is, depending on where you're taking this in your head, either the trained and armed kangaroos are your personal army, or they are hunting you down at all times. The latter, of course, terrible. The first, not only do you get a bigger place, you get a personal army of highly trained kangaroos. So I'm going to go big room, highly trained kangaroos. I think they're on my side.
All right. Look me right in the eye and tell me that in no way is this decision influenced by the fact that you live in a very small, safe, secure, private place, and I live on more room.
No,
With kangaroos?
Brian, the fact that you live in a much bigger house than I do, which I didn't know was germane to this particular would you rather question, did not come into it.
What I'm trying to set up is the question is, do we always want what we don't have? That was the only question. It didn't matter. All right.
No. I don't want to live in your house, Brian, if that's what you were
Well,
trying
that's fine
to get
because
at.
I was thinking about inviting you, but I'm not even going to invite you anyway.
So you're picking the small. So did you land on
I
the small
want the
room?
small, safe, private one.
Justin.
He wants the big, dangerous, kangaroo-ridden one.
I want a kangaroo army, but you get a big house and a kangaroo army.
It doesn't say they're your kangaroos.
A realtor shows you a house, and
It's
you're
okay,
like,
all right,
oh my
hold
God,
on. High-tech, big
beautiful
place. They're
home,
literally
open
describing
concept.
Australia. You want to live in Australia?
A lot
No,
of
these are
millions
highly
of people
trained and armed. It's like,
still
oh, and by the
Australia.
way,
You know, good.
like I'm gonna throw in a room of fully trained, armed kangaroos. Slides open the door, or maybe there's even beads on it. And there's a bunch of kangaroos, and one of them smoking a cigarette, puts it out with his bottom paw, and then just racks a fucking pistol and says "sup," and you're like, oh, dude, where do I sign?
No, I've already made my call. I can't. I guess there's no back.
There's a lot of room for interpretation, but no room for backsies. Antony, you've got the choice: the extremely dangerous high-tech room full of trained and armed kangaroos. They are armed, so they probably do have a pistol, Justin.
Yeah, they're armed. Yeah,
They
that's
also
why
have arms.
Well,
You're forgetting that I come from the country that, given the chance to name a multi-million-dollar scientific research vessel,
Boaty
voted to
McBoatface.
call it Boaty McBoatface.
Yes.
So, even though I would rather live in a small, comfortable room, I know that people are terrible. And so I'm going to go with the kangaroos.
Going with the kangaroos.
I mean, I'll tell you what.
Welcome to the winning team, Antony. Welcome to the winning team.
When we were in Australia, I had never seen a sign like this in any exhibit anywhere ever. It was a big old sign in front of the kangaroo exhibit saying, "There's lots of kangaroos. We're fine. No need to protect us. We're great. Enjoy the kangaroos."
If you see one that's sick, don't call us. We're fine.
Right.
Just put it out of it. Casey, would you like the extremely dangerous high-tech room full of armed and trained kangaroos, or the small, comfortable, clean room with great privacy?
Well, normally I would say the small clean room with privacy, but given that I am a fan of Tank Girl, and she basically lives in the facility that you're talking about, I'm going to go with the kangaroos.
You're going to go with the kangaroos. All right. So,
pre-show, patreon.com/nightattack. Go ahead.
Right. Good callback. So everyone but Brian has said that they would live in the extremely dangerous high-tech room. Voting did come. This is from November 6, 2019. 87.7% of the polling audience said live in a small, comfortable, clean room with great privacy. That's a point for Brian.
Who loves VR? By the way, suckers, I could go to a VR version of your world. Eat shit.
Now I have to revise my entire opinion of people.
I know, yeah.
By a wide margin, too, 87.7. We put a lot of thought into the voting, but I think most people don't. Okay, let's go on to our second one. Justin, we're going to start with you on this.
Let's go. Come on. I'm getting back in the winning mode. That's what I'm going to be doing, buddy.
Back in that classic winning mode.
That's it.
Would you rather have all of your bodily gas detoured to pipe organs, which protrude terribly from your spine?
Give me a second.
Oh.
One more time.
Would you rather have all your bodily gas detoured to pipe organs, which protrude terribly from your spine?
Yeah.
Okay.
Or
so some real creature design shit, some real Tom Savini shit.
A farting Geiger alien.
Yeah.
Sure. There we go. Yeah.
Or a bagpipe, even worse.
Please. Oh my goodness. Or literally every time your tongue twitches, it sounds like ... They do not tell us what it sounds like, but it sounds like something.
Oh, wow.
Would you rather have all your body gas?
This is the Hall of Fame. Holy shit.
40 retweets on this one. 40 retweets.
Yeah. All right. So now here, if I can speak positively about all of your bodily gas detouring through pipe organs which protrude terribly from your spine, that means no more burps. Burps are coming out the back pipe.
I mean, first of all, the gases still exist. So a burp sounds like.
Oh goodness, I hope it's not that one specifically.
Oh, I wasn't even, dude. You're selling me more on this.
Oh no.
Just making me think that it could be musical as well.
If you
yes, it'll still smell like a burp. Yes, it'll still smell like a fart. Question: are sneezes gas? No, right? You'd still sneeze.
No. I mean, they are, but they come out sounding like doo 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 doo.
Wait, hold on. Wait a minute. Wait. So you're saying that sneezing would be out of the back pipe? It wouldn't.
Because if we're saying sneezing, then that means
all
breathing.
The gases in your body. All the gases
CO2s.
in your body.
So you breathe in.
So I'm not even breathing out. There'd be no more bad breath. No more bad breath because you're never breathing out.
Well, okay.
Unless you sniff someone's pipes.
The bad news is
swimming. You've got giant snorkels on your back.
See?
Oh my God, you're gonna be down there the whole time. No, fuck that. I'm putting little pool noodles on the back of them, and I'm going even deeper into the pool, baby.
No, that's quite all right. The bad news. The bad news is every breath you take for the rest of your life sounds like the Entertainer.
Yeah, but it's just that beginning of it because it's based on the length of your breath.
And then it sounds like a 12-year-old learning it.
Oh God, you'd have to learn your own back.
All right, but wait, hold on. On the other end, whenever your tongue twitches, which you have to assume happens hundreds of times a day. It sounds like something that whatever you imagine that comes after that ... it's at least a repeatable sound that happens hundreds of times a day out of your mouth.
Okay, I have bad news.
Oh no.
I know what comes after the ...
Oh no.
And I've lived this. Every time your tongue twitches, you sound like Brian Brushwood.
Well, I don't know if that's scientifically trusted information, but
no. All right.
I mean, I believe for
it's my
100%
living
of
nightmare.
times it's you.
Like I was about
Yeah.
to say, I thought I had this. I thought I think previous life already. I thought you guys had musical pipes
Well,
coming out your backs.
I think you're
And then
the
meanwhile, I took-
last one. You are the last one to pick this round, so I guess
That's
we
right.
already know where you're going.
So Justin, it's you first.
I'm going to say the pipes. I'm going to pick the pipes are calling, Bryce. I'm going to say the pipes.
The pipes are calling. Antony, what do you say?
Yeah, I'm going to say the pipes for much the same reasons. The tongue thing, it's not even hundreds. It's going to be thousands.
Oh.
Like your tongue is moving constantly. So yeah, no, it's got to be the pipes.
Casey?
Yeah, I'd rather sound like Brian Brushwood. Every once in a while I'll yawn or something and I sound totally different, and yeah, I'm okay with sounding like Brian Brushwood.
Man, I'm going with the pipe gang. I've had
going
enough of
pipe?
this.
What?
I've lived a whole life with this.
What a scumbag you are!
Are you kidding me?
Scumbag.
Casey, there is no
Sorry.
room for backsies, but
Betrayal.
No, man, I'm not taking it back.
You could sound like a multiple million sub YouTube account owning, television starring Brian Brushwood whenever your tongue twitches, and then he's like, "No, I'd like to fart out of my back."
No.
when you put it like that, I totally understand the dynamic on this one. Okay.
Yes, all the men are going for the fart, and the one woman
Excuse
is going
me.
for, I don't mind sounding like a dude.
I have a rebuttal. It goes.
Yeah.
Excuse you.
Here's all I'm saying is that the cruelest thing that I have ever heard or seen or watched in my entire life was a prank that a friend of mine pulled on another friend of mine, where he changed the like alert that happens whenever you just like hit the wrong backspace button. You can change all of those sound effects to whatever MP3 you want, and he changed it to the full "Christmas Time Is Here" by Alvin and the Chipmunks. So every time he hit it, it was playing. No, it's like
Oh my God.
Alvin. Like, so imagine, you think it sounds like Brian going, "Hey," but no, it's not that. It's Brian singing all the parts of "Christmas Time Is Here"
In fact,
by Alvin and the Chipmunks.
It's literally everything I've said in the episode up until this point comes out of your mouth.
40 minutes
And every
of it.
time your tongue twitches again, it starts from the beginning.
No! Oh my goodness. All right. This is from May 12, 2020. We had 641 votes on this, with 68.2% of the voting populace. They picked literally every time your tongue twitches, it sounds like. That's a point for Casey. That's a big point
Get
for
outta here.
Casey.
Everyone's just thinking happy thoughts beyond that ellipsis. That's all that's happening. That's bullshit.
You can't trust the voting public.
I mean, this is why democracy doesn't work.
And I'm glad you came on, man. I'm
Bring
finally
back the
I'm glad
electoral
that-
college. That's what I say.
Not so popular vote. All right, we got another one here. Antony, we're going to start with you. Here's a Would You Rather from August 2019. Would you rather be the first person to communicate with aliens, or be the last person to communicate with dead people?
What does that mean? Does that mean? But that means I could communicate with everyone who'd ever lived, because I would be the last person.
Well, you would be the
Or wasn't
last
it?
person to get those powers,
Yeah,
so it would be very uninteresting,
all
I think.
the powers are rolling out. It's like Gmail. Like, all your friends have it, and then eventually you get it, but everyone's kind of done being like impressed by it by the time that you get the ability to talk
Hold
to
on,
dead
let me
people.
pitch this.
Long after there's any clout remaining to it.
Like,
Yeah, no, that's a-
basically, like right now, you're just like, "Hey, has anyone seen Into the Spider-Verse? I thought it was great."
I mean, it could be you're the last living person on the planet, or the last airbender, or the last, like, you know, of a lineage.
Yeah.
I don't know that I'm
No,
making
that's-
it any better.
It sounds like a sucker's deal. Frankly.
Yeah.
So you're gonna pick what, the first person to talk to communicate, I guess, with aliens?
Yeah, I mean, like, who wouldn't want to be the crazy guy on the mountain, who gets abducted and taken away into space? Sign me up.
Casey, what do you think?
Let's see. Okay, so I can be Jodie Foster in Contact, or I can be terrified because dead people are talking to me. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Jodie Foster, please.
Okay. Things you have not considered clearly.
Oh.
Wow.
Everybody forever will know what you said when you were the first person to speak to an alien. Ain't nobody will ever know what the last person to ever talk to a dead person said.
What would
Why
you?
not?
What
Well,
game of things would you say?
no.
Girl, I
I
want to
wouldn't.
fuck that
No.
corpse. What? What? Would you...
What? All right, Jesus Christ.
I'm-
No one
I'm-
let him talk to dead people. All I'm saying is this. I agree with Brian. The first person to talk to an alien will be famous, right? Every little syllable will be dissected forever by historians. Right now, somebody is the first person on the planet to use a telephone, and nobody gives a shit about what the fuck they're using the telephone for.
Okay.
So you can do that in total privacy.
Okay, Neil Armstrong spent, as a percentage of his life, 0.0000001% of it stepping for the first time on the moon and saying some stuff. He spent 99.99999 of the rest of it saying, no, guys, I swear, I said it right. I said one small step for a man, one giant leap for humanity. Like, no way, talking to the dead person. I'm going to be the last one. Also, it's going to be send nudes.
How would they do? Okay.
No, sorry. It's going to be send
I'm
booze.
uncomfortable with all of my side
I was bad.
interaction with the dead. Yeah.
You're overlooking one big factor in my decision. I'm a writer. Of course, I want whatever.
Of course.
I don't care.
You've
Yeah.
already got it figured out, yeah. And even if you misstep, you're gonna retcon it to be on purpose. like well,
Right.
what I meant by
I'll
that
explain it all
was.
away.
All right, Justin, you're last up at bat.
Yeah, you want to know what, Antony, you're right too, because like, man, that catalog's gonna move the second that like you're the first person to talk to aliens. Like any work you already have out there, like check those Amazon checks in the next month.
Long tail.
Maybe,
Oh yeah, and
maybe
it's
that's
all
also.
gonna wag, brother. It's all gonna wag. Yeah, I'm gonna go first to talk to aliens because I need the fucking point. I'm not
Also,
goose
I don't
egging
need to
this
see.
goddamn
I don't
game.
need to see the fucking BuzzFeed 20 things the first person to say to aliens also said previously from the last 12 years of Night
That's a good
Attack.
point. All right, everyone except Brian has said that they would be the first person to talk to aliens. 74.7% of the voting audience said that they would be the first person to talk to aliens. That's a point for Justin, Antony, and Casey.
Classic.
Maybe people aren't so dumb after all.
Oh, here's one.
Yes. All right.
Oh no!
I love the sound.
I don't
I love
like
everything
that.
I just heard.
I
I love the
don't like that,
despair. I love the
Bryce.
dread. I love
God
the caution.
damn it!
Casey, we do have to start with you just because of the rules of the game, and I'm sorry
Fuck
that
me.
legally that's the way we have to do it. Would you rather pretend to poop but actually poop yourself, or pretend to be cold but actually poop yourself? So, kind of one of the most popular would you rather pretend to poop but actually poop yourself, or pretend to be cold but actually poop yourself? You know, award-winning comedy here at Night Attack. It's 2008.
So basically, the scenario is you poop yourself. Do you own it or not?
Oh yeah,
Yes.
pooping is gonna happen.
You're gonna poop yourself.
You know.
You can either pretend to poop yourself while you're actually pooping yourself, or you can be like, "Oh, is there a draft? Can somebody pass me my jacket?"
You can even get the shivers. You can even get the little shivers at the.
Oops.
Oops.
So in this sci-fi show that I used to do with my husband, we actually had a scene where there was supposed to be a fart, and my dress was gonna go.
Instead, it went doo 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 doo.
I vetoed that, and because I didn't want anything to do with my butt. So I don't know. It's a really hard question. Like, I feel like I would pretend to poop. Because that way it'd be like oh, like I'm not actually pooping.
Yeah,
but I'm so good. The mimicry is so good. Your acting skills are so good. It even looks like I did it. Excuse me, I have to go change outfits.
But you see, it would throw them off the scent.
Yes, literally.
She's so good. She pretended to poop so good it smelled.
I could have sworn it was like in my face. Like, that's how good of an actress she is.
I was there at the Brown Derby when all of a sudden the amazing actress Casey McKinnon showed up and said, "Have you seen me acting like I'm pooping?" I could have sworn she actually did.
You know, this is what my RADA education got for me.
I was gonna say, Casey, you are a classically trained stage actress. You obviously are somebody that knows a lot about theater. Is there a theatrical conceit that you could wrap around pretending to poop on stage while actually pooping yourself on stage?
Even better, is there a famous monologue that you can claim you're doing in that moment?
Oh, she was so good. I could smell it. Oh man, I would have to think, I know at least 30 Shakespeare monologues. So, but I'm like,
somebody has to have shit themselves in a Shakespeare play, right? Like somebody has to have shit. He wasn't a stranger to scatological humor.
You're right, Justin. That was a Midsummer's Night's poop. I think.
Oh jeez.
All right.
Jeez.
That's the line. That's the line. We have standards.
I'm such a piece of shit. I just threw Bryce under the bus because that's where it ends. Because that's where it ends is Bryce Jones.
Bryce might just be correct because the character's name is Bottom.
There you go. There you go.
I might know. All right, so Casey's going to pretend to poop and then actually poop. Is that... All right, Brian.
Oh, man. If I'm going to poop, you're
going to what?
The only thing more embarrassing than pooping yourself is pretending like you didn't. And you're like, did you poop? You're like, no. Oh, me? No, I'm just cold.
I'm just cold.
Like, wait, no, that's not happening.
All right, Justin.
I mean, because it smells like you pooped. I'm like, it's just so drafty.
When you get cold in your body, when you sweat when it's cold, no.
I'm just a bit shivery.
Shivery.
I mean, I'm going to go for the elegant exit here. I'm going to pretend like there's a draft. I'm going to send everybody looking to see whether there's an open window. I'm going to shit myself, and then I'm going to exit stage left.
By the way, between the talk of Shakespeare and pooping, our chat in the chat, user Poop Tempest says, "I fucking love this topic."
They have been in our chat for years waiting for this moment.
Julius Caesar diarrhea couldn't make it tonight.
Yeah.
He writes all caps. "It was all so cold during the storm."
No, I'm going to say, I'm going to be like, I'm so cold. And then when people are like, "Did you poop yourself?" I'm going to be like, "Yeah, dude, it was that cold." And I'm gonna go right into it. Like, I'm just gonna say that, that's a thing that happens. You didn't know? Look it up.
I have a thing.
WebMD.
Look up.
Can I be so cold I shit myself? Yes. And I'm gonna hope that WebMD is publicly edible.
I'm now Googling "so cold I shit myself." I'm not quite finding things I'm looking for. All right, Antony, you're the last one at bat. Would you rather pretend to poop but actually poop yourself, or pretend to be cold but actually poop yourself?
I'm just trying to decide whether I'm glad I didn't, whether I wanted to know about Casey's incredible acting party trick, or whether I'm glad I didn't, because it could have been a very, very different film.
Yes. True.
I think I'm going to side with Justin because, you can go, oh, it's cold. I'll just go and put a sweater on and leave the room.
Yeah.
Shoot.
Yeah.
It is good.
Oh, shit.
Exactly.
That's nothing. Don't laugh at that. That
Exactly. It's like, oh my God, it's so cold. I have to go put on my sweater and this bath mat I found in the bathroom.
And this trench coat.
Because my pants were no longer sufficient.
Oh my God, I forgot how much this show makes my face hurt from smiling.
All right. This is from September 19, 2019, 559 votes. The winning round with 60.1% of the vote was Pretend to Poop, but actually poop. That's a Brian and Casey point.
Yeah. We're going to Poopy Yard. There's a Juilliard. It doesn't matter.
It's fine.
Yeah.
Juilliard.
Pouliard.
There you go. Good punch up, Casey. Good punch up.
Yeah, exactly.
I like the way you plus
The
that.
Royal Academy of Dramatic Poop.
Okay, this one's maybe okay. Well, actually, we're 4 in. Let's take a look at the standings. Brian and Casey are in the lead with 2 points. Justin and Antony are trailing with 1 point each. All right, we got a couple more here. This one's a little topical
little
for
racy?
the day. A little contemporary.
Oh, good.
A little contemporary for the day. We're gonna start with you, Brian, on this one.
Ready.
Would you rather go up to your pal and say, I'm on the brink of calling the police, or go up to your pal and say, I'm on the brink of breaking down?
Oh my God. How is this
Kind of a heavy one.
Shit.
Kind of a heavy
I mean,
one.
like, literally anything that comes after, let me practice. Justin, I'm on the brink of breaking down.
Hi, I live in California. That's fucking every conversation I have.
Okay. All right.
Okay, try the other one. Try the other one.
Justin, I am on the brink of calling the police.
You're racist. A cab.
What?
All right. ACAB? You don't know ACAB?
I don't know.
Oh, goodness. All right.
Doesn't
Google
matter.
it.
Whatever. It's got to be police.
You're going to say calling the police. All right. Justin.
Not in this climate.
Jesus. God damn. Wow, you slay me.
Funny enough, this is from September 2019, this poll.
Very
I
prophetic.
don't give a fuck. We're zooming by this one. I'm breaking down, baby.
All right. Antony.
Yeah, I mean, I don't live in California, but again, I'm a writer, so yeah, that's not an unusual conversation.
Yeah.
So I'm on the brink of breaking down.
All right, so you're gonna pick breaking down as well?
Yeah, breaking down.
And Casey.
Well, in late June 2020, I would not want to say police.
No.
But since this was September 2019,
Which, by the way, is colder and explains your shivering when you...
Well, I'm going to guess that people voted for police.
Oh, that's a good one.
Oh, shoot, she's game theorying.
That's a good one.
Breaking down.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. That was before Chase from Paw Patrol got. So, like, this is a whole different world.
That's right. No, that's right. All right, we are split again. Brian and Casey have said the police. Justin and Antony said breaking down. This is from September 27, 2019, 651 votes.
Millennial Angst, let's go. Come on.
76.5% of voters said they would go up to your pal and say, I'm on the brink of breaking down. The Justin Antony point.
Oh my God, I just realized I got all these stitches. I just realized that I'm a rat. Oh, what have I done? I told my friend that I was going to go to the police.
Yeah, baby. All right, Casey's in the lead. I feel like I'm on the comeback trail. Let's go, Bryce.
How many points on this one?
We are now in, I don't know, double points round. Hey, double points round. All right. Justin, we're going to start with you on this one.
Let's go.
Would you rather get $5,000 and keep your current name? Or just sit with that for a second.
Yeah.
Or get $200,000 and change your name to Lexus LFA.
Wow. All right. So $5,000 and keep
supercar.
my current name, which is very similar to just getting $5,000.
It's almost identical to doing that, I think.
Almost
Yeah.
identical
In fact,
to
it might
just
even
getting
have been something you've
$5,000.
experienced in your life.
I've definitely gotten paid $5,000 for things, so like, I definitely didn't change my name
So
or $200,000 and name myself Lexus LFA.
yeah.
Lexus ain't a bad name. Lexus Young, Lexus LFA Young. I don't know.
Look at that. That's a sporty little car. Gonna be a
I
sporty
mean,
little car.
imagine that with a beard and graying hair.
Someone in the
that's
chat
a
can please take
good-looking
a screen
car.
grab. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, more like Lexus LMFAO.
200K is a lot. Like you can roll 200K into a bunch of different things.
Like FAO Schwartz for Christmas.
LFA.
I'm gonna say
Schwartz.
no. Everyone's on Twitter's gonna take that cash. They're all gonna think like, I don't need to be named
No
Doug.
way.
Fuck
No way.
that.
Brian, you're saying
Yeah, I'm saying
No, you have a name that people can fucking care about. Everybody else are just these sweaty jackoffs on Twitter that are like fucking sure. I don't give a shit.
Wait a minute.
Like, my name's Jeremy.
What if okay, think about it this way. How about this?
this?
It's like entering witness protection in that whatever you did under your previous name is no longer Googleable to you. And when they do search your name,
They see a sporty little car.
Yes, exactly. Right. So complete anonymity, complete amnesty on any internet crimes of the past, and $200,000. I'm flipping my vote. I'm going with that one.
You're gonna go with the Lex.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right, Anthony, you're up next.
I think the other thing that we're all missing is that you can change it back. There's no stipulation here that you have to stay called Lexus
that's
LFA
true.
forever. Now,
This-
there are probably laws about how long you have to go before you can change it back.
Probably.
Not so
yeah.
sure about the States, but certainly over here, you're not allowed to change your name more than, I think, maybe once every year. But, you know, a year living as Lexus LFA with 200 grand, I think I could. I mean, just hide away for that year. Just do nothing because you don't need to work.
I think you've got it
'cause you've been
backwards.
given
Do
200
literally anything because it's all under that name. Like you got a year to run around and commit all the crimes, and
here's all I
Yeah, but
know
it's still
is
your
that
face.
here's all I
yeah.
know is that there is a year of night attacks that are hosted by Lexus and Lexus, who are collectively damn near $500,000 richer. Can I get a witness?
I'm
Lexus
with you.
LFA.
Boom, 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 boom. High fives.
So yeah, I'm going for Lexus.
You're gonna go with the Lexus as well, Casey.
Wow. Well, I'm going to say that if I change my name to Lexus, I'm going to sound like a stripper. And
Yeah,
It does.
And
That,
the
that
other
good
is.
thing-
perspective.
Yeah.
and the other thing to think about is I have a good friend, an actor by the name of Ford Austin. And if you Google him, you're just going to find a local dealership for Ford in Austin. And
Yeah.
You're gonna find a
so
lot
that's
of
not
them.
really worth it for me. I think I'm going to stick with my name for $5,000. Thank you.
Even better over here in the UK, Austin used to be a brand of car manufacturer.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Here we
So
go.
maybe that would be like a KFC and Taco Bell.
the combination of Lexus
Cats
LFA
and
on
dogs, you know. Yeah.
Which, by the way, for $6,000, I'll change my name to KFC Taco Bell.
Oh, I would pay.
Oh no, we can get that
$100
down.
to
No,
do-
no. If this is the bidding war, I'll go below both of them. I'll fucking take that.
Hello, my
I
name
have
is
friends
Common.
who do that just for free Taco Bell.
Hell yeah. All right, this is posted February 26, 2020. 707 votes, 17 retweets. 71% of the voting population said they would get $200,000 and change their name to Lexa. Yeah, that's 3 points out there. Oh, and that was a double point round.
Man, also, who loves their name outside of Casey McKinnon?
My name.
I got a
do
good
love my
name.
It's a good name.
I like it.
Like my
Justin
Can I
Robert
say-
Young. That's a good name.
Brian, do you not like your name? You have the most superhero ass name,
Yeah, double B's.
Ryan Brushwood.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that there was a very famous golfing movie that happened just as I was born, and for my entire lifetime, nobody saw the R in Brushwood.
Oh, yeah, you get a lot of Bushwoods.
Yeah, and by a lot, I mean literally 100% my entire life long. Because when did that movie come out? I must have been what, 2 years old? Yeah.
70s, yeah, sometime in the 70s.
All right, we've got, let's take a look at the scores before we go into our final round. Brian has 3 points. Justin has 4 points. Antony has 4 points. Casey has 3 points. We are now going into our 10-point round, so unfortunately it's still anybody's game.
By the way, anyone who's
Let's go.
listening heard that
Wait,
inhale.
So actually, even somebody who scored nothing in all of the other rounds could win just by winning this round.
Oh, that's
Hey,
Wow,
number one,
I didn't realize that.
Antony, at
What?
some point, maybe this show will be written by a writer as competent as you are. But until
I
then,
never even realized.
leave us be. Leave us to do what we do best.
I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, it seems like the last round. It's fine.
All right. Here we go. We'll start with Antony. Huh? How about that? Let me start with you. Would you rather?
aggressive.
Yeah. Oh, are you punishing him? Is that what
game's
happened?
getting emotional.
You're like, guess who just volunteered to go first?
And also, I've just written a 5-second answer timer starting before I read the question. 5, 4, 3.
Would you rather? Would you rather? This is from September 2019. Also, would you rather be a good parent or
Overrated.
a great wizard? For 10 points, Antony.
I don't care how many points is at stake. That's no contest. A wizard, of course.
Wizard, of course.
I went clubbing, I took some drugs, and now I'm a wizard. I mean, come on.
The classic Gandalf prequel backstory. I went clubbing, I took some drugs, and now I'm fucking Gandalf.
Casey, good parent or great wizard? What does it say?
If I was a great wizard, then I could make myself a good parent with magic. So I'm going to go with great wizard. Because I also think the internet shows that, my downfall in that last round was that I was thinking for Casey. I wasn't thinking what the internet was going to say. I'm going to say definitely great wizard.
If there's one thing the internet has shown me, reading all the stories of great wizards, is that they use their powers to disappear. And they were not great dads.
So then you're saying to your kids...
First of all, I am the only one qualified to answer this, because I am a fucking good parent and a great wizard.
Wow, I hope Antony does not have any kids. We do not know.
Get a man who can do both.
I'd rather be a good parent.
You want to be the good parent?
Yeah.
Oh, that's very sweet.
This was a literal decision. I gave up live touring with the magic show.
Oh, Brian, that will be your downfall.
No! It's a greater wizard than I ever feared.
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be a great wizard and a passable deadbeat dad. Like whenever the cops show up, I'll be like, "No, I think you have another call on your radio." Boop, and like, "Oh, Dad, there's no food in the fridge. Check again." Like next thing you know, there's and maybe it's
It sounds
bullshit.
a little like
and-
Jesus.
No, just keep
You're kinda
going.
Jesus
Keep
thing
going.
with that.
No, look up the sacred text of Bewitched, you fucking millennial.
Deadbeat witched.
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, so I'm going to say Great Wizard.
Gonna pick the Great Wizard. All right. That's 3 Great Wizards and 1 good parent in Brian Brushwood. This is
Outnumbered.
September 10, 2019. 730 votes. The final result, 77.5% said they would rather be a Great Wizard. That's a tie win for Justin and Antony.
You did it. You earned it. Okay. You know what? We weren't going to say this, but all of this has been a test of whether or not our entire audience is going to tune in tomorrow. The moment of the premiere in, 14 hours of the new show? Remind us how and where.
11 a.m. Pacific time,
okay,
which is 1 p.m. Central Time, 2 p.m. Eastern Time, and 7 p.m. British Summer Time.
All right, so here's all you got to do, right? You don't got to memorize. You don't got to get 50 clocks like you're some sort of old newspaper set or anything, right? Here's all you got to do is bit.ly/crossover point, all lowercase. Go there right now. Literally, as soon as you're hearing this, you go there right now. If it's before it debuts, you're going to get a reminder for when it goes live, and you're going to be able to chat with everybody. If it's after it's already gone live, you're going to be able to watch this short film shot entirely during lockdown by some amazing talent that have taken their time out of their evening. Or, I'm sorry, in Andy's case, the goddamn morning. He's been up since like 3 o'clock in the morning is when this started. So he is up here burning the midnight oil, literally, so we can plug this for you guys, everybody that are listening right now on Night Attack. You owe it to him personally. bit.ly/crossover point.
And by the way, I mean, if you ever wanted to know whether or not these are our kind of people, like Antony's halfway out the door, here's the wood you rather bought, leans back in, hangs out for another 30 minutes about whether or not he'd like to pretend to be cold or pretend to poop himself on the internet.
We also, just before we go into it, we also have some scientific evidence of what a Lexus LFA Robert Young might look like. With
That's
the beard
it,
and
man.
the gray hair. Thank you, Kuhan.
I'll tell you what.
Kuhan.
I mean, look, if I ever get divorced, you better watch out. That's what I'm going to come rolling into these bars looking like.
Screaming the whole time. Ah, it's me, Lexus.
Yeah, you know, I used to be named Justin, but these days they call me Lexus
you'll
LFA.
Be rolling into the strip clubs looking for another Lexus.
Oh shit! Like
right.
meets like.
We gotta let them go. We're keeping them forever. It's 3 days from now over in
guys,
Antony Lane.
Antony Johnston and Casey McKinnon, you guys have been awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We will all go and support Crossover Point tomorrow and throughout the week. One more time, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks for having us, guys.
You got it.
Thanks, guys. Thank you.
Good sports. So, Bryce, in the pre-show, like you said, in the pre-interview, because we're pro, you said, all right, so we're going to have a game. It's about you're going to poop yourself, and it's about whether or not you pretend to be cold or pretend to poop yourself.
Most weeks, if people don't know, most weeks these guys barely know if I've written a game. And when they ask, Bryce, do you have a game for us? That's not a pretense. That's not a fiction framing device. That is like, did you do anything this week?
Yeah. No, it is. I mean, it's become a thing we've expected because you guys, because you've done enough of them. But like, it is not anything for which, we certainly expect. Like, it is just, a total mystery. And this time, it happened to be with a bunch of guests who are amazing and talented.
Thank you again to BallWasher 69.
And BallWasher 6. How could we forget BallWasher 69? Hey, Brian, do you want to do a little diamond time?
Yeah, you're goddamn right. But first, I want to make a special request to everybody. Do us a favor. Show some love to everybody on Twitter. Casey McKinnon, Antony Johnston. Just reply how much fun and what good sports they were. And, of course, if you want to shout out your project, head on over to reddit.com/r/. I got this. DiamondClub.reddit.com. Whatever.
There we go.
I'm typing it in. Here, you take the first one.
Here we go. Right there, top of the page is where you find Diamond Time. Spider Bite writes, "Hey y'all, The other day on Happy Hour, Brian and Justin were talking about copyright law and specifically how it related to Sherlock Holmes. Since the character, basically 99%, is entirely in the public domain, anyone can write a Sherlock Holmes story of any essentially kind. Anyone at all.
Oh.
Any group of internet assholes can write a Sherlock Holmes story. So maybe you can test your mettle at YOLO420.com/Sherlock. It looks like somebody has created a doc. So the Diamond Club can write their own version of the untold adventures of Sherlock Holmes. It's there. I guess if people want to do something with it, then we'll do something with it. But
I mean,
if I could share briefly,
YOLO420.com/Sherlock.
Before you share, I'm going to assume it's already been changed to the Untold Adventures of Sherlock Holmes.
Well, you know, the nice thing about Google Docs is you can see how people have already gotten. So if we go to the table of contents here, every good story starts with the table of contents. We have Chapter 1, The Man with the Missing Butt. End of list. And in The Man with the Missing Butt, we see this dude got no butt. Also titties. So thank you so much to Spider Bite and everyone who will surely fill this doc with great content.
Oh, Bryce, he ain't got no butt.
He ain't got a butt. The thing is, he doesn't have a butt, and that's really...
How is Sherlock gonna get to the bottom of this? He's got no butt.
No poops about it.
But wait a minute. I don't know if you fucking caught the subtext. Also titties.
Also titties, which is
Also titties.
groundbreaking writing.
Oh, shit. All right.
Well, the answer,
Brian.
Watson, is simple. It's a cold wind came in. When he was shivering, he wasn't actually cold. He was pretending to be cold. That's when he pooped his pants.
I noticed his trousers were changed when he came back into the boudoir.
Capel says, "Hey there, Diamond Clubbers. Thanks to the great mixer apocalypse of 2020, I've just moved over to Twitch as the home for my streaming. What I do that sets me apart from other Twitch streamers, I focus solely on streaming Xbox Game Studios titles, which means rather than streaming games like Last of Us or Fortnite, I do games like Halo Wars, State of Decay 2, and Gears Tactics. If this sounds interesting to you, have a follow over at twitch.tv/BTRProducer. Thank you very much, Diamond Club. Thank you.
Yeah, and let me just also say, and I'll tweet out M. Kapelke stuff, but anybody who was on Mixer, like, just reply me if you were a Diamond Club Mixer streamer. I would love if you're switching over to Twitch. Let me know. I'll retweet your shit, because like the way that Mixer fucked everybody with like no warning was super dirty. So if you guys are part of our tribe, then I'm happy to help on Twitter and stuff like that. At Justin R. Young. IF MacDo writes, "Hey Diamond Club. My buddy and I decided about 2 months ago that what's a better thing to do with our newfound free time than to watch a soap opera.
What?
But not just any soap opera, the worst non-telenovela there was, Passions."
Wait, wasn't that a primetime one?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
I think Days of Our Lives meets Charmed. There's a 300-year-old witch, an enchanted living doll boy wearing hamburger helper gloves, and of course, the ever mysterious them. Anyway, each Saturday around 12:30, we watch a week's worth of our stories, drink, and talk crazy shit about what's going on. Come and join us at twitch.tv/RealRef RealReff Holiday. You might recognize him as an anti-pseudoscience YouTuber, but the real fun is the Passion stream.
Right on. Oh my God. I'm
Are you still thinking
literally
about
crying from laughing. Hey man, you want to check our mailbags?
Let's do that.
Join us for drinks in the Diamond Club.
The Diamond Club. That sounds grand.
Super grand. This is the part of the show where we read your emails that you send in to mail, mail@nightattack.tv, like this one from Not Attaché. not attaché, who writes, "Hey guys, hope you're doing well. I wanted to share my journey into the Diamond Club and tell you something interesting that happened in a quest that I'm starting. How I came to Night Attack. I actually found the Cam brand first. The Cam brand?
Oh, that's our secret cam. We haven't told you, but Justin and I do private shows.
Oh.
And I'm just going to tell you,
the Cam brand.
And, the Cam brand, yeah.
Oh.
And I'll just tell you this, Brian busts it wide open.
Oh my God. Well, and plus also, like, if you give gold, the tokens cause silver to come from my mailbag.
From
wherever you need it to, baby.
It's at naughtyattack.xxx.
Well, okay. Look, we're underselling it. It's. Oh my God. Hey, can we hold on? Pause. Justin.
Yeah.
Would you be comfortable with the two of us creating an account? I don't know. I assume
he doesn't even know what the name of the service would even be.
A cam girl. What? Like
I don't even know where would they? Where would they?
Hold on.
I don't
Some
know.
sort of like
we've never.
pay for
We're
Snapchat.
very unfamiliar.
What I
want
only
to
my
do
fans.
OnlyFans.
Demonstrate that I'm not aware.
I don't know it.
I don't know.
Bonnie's not
just
here
want to
tonight. You know
make
that, right?
arm gestures that show that I don't know what we're talking about. Only what? Only.
Sorry, is it just me or is there a draft in here?
Only fonts.
Only
Like the deer. I'm so confused.
No, I was gonna say like they have to have like a warning against it to what OnlyFans, Pornhub, or what was that?
Can't even think of 10 more.
I
don't even know.
I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't. Jeez, where else would these things happen?
The point is, what if we made an account?
How can I recite them without looking at my credit card bill?
What if we did an account on one of those and we just played Hearthstone and did Hearth Notes on it? Like,
I mean, they number one, we could probably just do that on Patreon, just like where we're already set up to literally fucking monetize that content.
No, but like,
there are. Have you ever heard of the man Ryan Creamer?
Is that the guy who does the wholesome porn? Or
Yes.
Oh, it's the best. Do you know about this, Bryce?
I actually don't.
Oh my God, it's the best thing ever. And you could totally watch, like, we can actually stream his stuff outside
So yeah,
of
he
copyright
is
issues.
a now Pornhub person. I don't know where
he
the
made an
like
account, and it's he basically
he kissed me in this POV video. Ooh, he's kissing me. Aw.
In another one, he delivers a pizza and does nothing untoward. In another one, he says shows appreciation for his stepsister in a completely non-sexual way.
Yeah. In another one, he hands you a glass of water in case you're parched post-orgasm.
It's just him being wholesome as fuck.
He's just a real sweetie. And then like he actually started collabing with actual porn stars. So it was like cloud gazing with Mia Malkova. And he's just like looking at clouds, and they're like, I think that one looks like a dinosaur.
Brian, you're laughing too hard. You can't know who that is. All right. Okay, I found the Cam brand. I was an awkward kid and teen and didn't get along well with others. I figured the bullying I felt was my fault, so I went to YouTube to learn. I researched things like how to make people laugh, how to get things from people, how to make friends, a weird balance of sadness and narcissistic behavior. Lo and behold...
Sorry, he Googled a weird balance. Like, he typed in a weird balance of...
Yeah, I'm sure that was his first top keyword search. Lo and behold, a channel dedicated to scamming people and gaining control of the situation.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's Scam School. That led me to Modern Rogue when it was born, and then to Night Attack. With Justin from there to PX3 and people like Andrew Heaton, now during my busy schedule, I use the simple tricks I learned from Brian and company in one of my jobs as a teacher to make kids smile, as well as adults to grab their attention, as an advocate for non-traditional post-primary education. Okay, this is a lot of details here. Sure. A few days ago, my YouTube feed had episode 29 pop up. I decided, why not? Turns out you guys used to be a lot more aggressive. I won't go into detail, but damn, what? Okay. But also thank you for upgrading the audio. It's not awful, but by comparison, there's been growth. I want you guys to help me. This guy emailed us like 8 times asking us to read this email, and now I am reading it for the first time. I want to go back and start from episode 0. Do I start from 0 on Night Attack or NSFW? Do I go medium or hard? The power's in your hands. Thank you for being dope.
I mean, by the way, if you thought we were aggressive at the beginning of Night Attack, then whoa. Yeah. There is 10 years of cultural maturity and 10 years of personal maturity, at least for me, because I would say that Brian, of course, is 10 years on, but you were largely in the same place, as a dad and entertainer 10 years ago. I was, I was in a very different place. I mean, like, again, the running gag of the first few episodes of NSFW show are me writing a bit around an actual incident where a chick had Frodo Baggins written on her boobs. Like, those were actual situations that I was getting myself in, that I was bringing to the show. I am now a boring man who's very excited to learn about how many rings he can connect on his iPhone watch or on his Apple Watch every day. Like, that is
they're the one ring.
A different world. Yeah.
I mean, I would say if you want to take the challenge, the way to take the challenge is to, number one, acknowledge that we're in a different place now.
Okay, first one, warning.
But also, like, Justin and I do a lot of other things, and I think that we would prefer that you explore all of our other properties, right? Politics.
Your daily / Crystal.
Yeah, go see Crystal.
Horde Killers, Weird Things.
Yep.
All sorts of good stuff.
Yeah, I would say. Why don't we stay around?
I would say, look, if you dive back, understand that you are looking at archived, like you are going back as a historian for a thing you love.
You're going back
it is not going to tickle you
right
in the way that we can tickle you now, or in the vein that we can tickle you now. You're going to go, like, you're such a fan of Playboy magazine that you are now looking back at old issues in the 50s. I'm going to let you know that the tenor of things back then might seem weird these days.
Yes. Understand that really, if you go back to the beginning, you're seeing us do basically open mic night and learning how to become however good we are now. So I'd say just go more in depth, because we're certainly, like, it ain't a contest, but I don't think you can keep up with the both of us and all the content that we're making every single week for you.
Yeah, sure. I mean, but yeah, I would say if you were going to start anywhere, if you wanted to start with NSFW, like as a historical deep dive, then certainly a worthwhile pursuit if what you want to see is be the completest for our stuff.
Especially because
I agree with Kuhan, who's literally been here for fucking ever. He's like, don't go back and try to watch BB Live Show. It's almost unwatchable.
Yeah.
Which
He's
I would agree.
Ashamed of the fact that he embarrassed himself on a world record episode. Just slowly ate an apple after claiming he could break a world record for eating an apple very fast. And then then they had to call it. Dan Rollman of RecordCenter.com had to be like, "We're just watching a kid eating an apple." Like,
and really,
tapped out on the bit.
It's not their job to say. It's not their job to say that.
Also, also, shortly after that, maybe Kuhan made an entire podcast about how Green Lantern was going to be the best movie of all time and how Cargill was a goddamn genius for being behind it.
So there we go. NAK, hope that helped. We got one from Papa Sparky.
Although somewhere back there are Kuhan epic chat round rap battles of history. He definitely did one of those.
Yeah. Okay. Check it out. We got one from Papa Sparky. Papa Sparky says, we have seen what the 7-acre Schwood was, what it has become, where it's going. We have known Brian's vision for some time, but if money wasn't an issue, what would a jury compound look like? I know he prefers the big city life. What would he want to take over, a city block or a light industrial zone? What would he set up? See you next Tuesday, Miles, a.k.a. Papa Sparky. Thank you, Papa Sparky. Juice, what does Holly Juice look like?
Oh, I would definitely do my own version of the TRL studio from like circa 1998.
Just straight up hire the extras, just constantly be shouting for you at all times.
Yeah, I would have the we're looking out into a cool thing studio. No, to be totally honest,
can we have another studio that's just a Family Feud set for no reason?
Absolutely, we can. We've got the technology. We've got the software still.
Honestly, the studio that I have always wanted to build for myself is a PX3 studio. I've always wanted to do PX3 as a television show standing up, like Jim Cramer from Mad Money. And I would want to make the set Pee-wee's Playhouse, but for politics. And everything would have, there'd be all these little bits and I could interact with it, but like
you could hit buttons.
Oh yeah, no, that would be the thing, and I would do either the live streams or PX3. You know, if I'm just doing it now with what I do now, the live streams would be those, and they would be very visual and they'd be very interactive and they'd be very fun. And then the PX3 itself would still be the slightly more, you know, I'm going to put more thought into things stuff, but that would be the set that I would build. Where I would do it, like, you know, at this point, it'd be hard to think of anywhere else but the Bay Area, but really anywhere that I could get downtown, like center of downtown, open window property
as a background
would be the best. Yeah.
All right, we got one last one here from.
Wait, hold on, wait. It might be Costa. So, like Glenn Beck's TV show, yes, and Glenn Beck had the fucking walk around thing, but he never did anything cool with it. He would just have a bunch of weird chalkboards, like, and it was great camera movement wise, but it was like always like I always just wanted him to fucking like just get that one extra level. Like he always was too serious. He never wanted to go full silly like prop comedy shit. And I'm that kind of clown.
He got pretty close when he when he did that thing where he threw a frog into a boiling pot. Did you?
No, yeah, but he built that up for the entire episode because he wanted to make it like dramatic instead of just being like, oh, which boiling frog are we gonna throw into the pot now? Like, it's Mitt Romney.
One last email here from Terrence. Hi, Brian and crew. So Terrence sent this in a couple weeks ago, so this is referring to a happy hour that is maybe not necessarily this last Thursday, but they say on Thursday's happy hour, Brian expressed concerns over the warmth the community is having with Josie on Scam Nation, which I think might be incorrect. I think I was the one kind of bringing up concerns about doing a lot of stuff with Josie. I was
very concerned by how warmly she was being received. I was just like, I really hoped she would be a failure.
I wanted to send a quick email and say what I hope the rest of the community feels, which is I find Josie's joy and excitement about learning new skills intoxicating. Watching her eyes light up and smile as she learns the secrets is amazing and heartwarming. Even when frustrated that she isn't getting it, she is still smiling and excited. It brings out my inner child to make me smile and laugh. It's very different from the at the bar type videos where I feel like everyone hangs their head in shame and mildly grumpy because they couldn't figure out the trick. Terrence, thank you, Terrence. Yeah, even a little like behind the scenes.
Sorry, go ahead. That's never in a million years how I would have thought to. It's like, all right, listen up, Revision 3. I know you guys are busy. I got a pitch for you. Imagine a show where a guy does a trick and a bunch of people from the audience hangs their head mildly grumpy. What do you think? Huh?
Wait, no, I mean, like that is a trope, though, right? From the bar era of Scam School and Scam Nation, right?
Yeah. I didn't think
like the bro that
Yes.
you're doing the thing to.
Yes.
Will almost universally go like as if to show that they are defeated.
You got me. Yeah, it's not something, I don't know. It's just interesting phrasing that I don't think I ever realized was very so consistent that somebody felt comfortable putting it into words in that way.
So to Josie's resilience,
sorry.
To Josie's resilience, we did a video a few weeks back of her doing the one-handed cut, which was a very good video, nice and tight, very very fun. She gets it at the end. It took us over an hour, close to an hour and a half to film that because
she had to learn an actual skill,
and she has very small hands
with the hands of a child with adult-sized cards.
But the
same skill that it took me weeks to learn, she had to learn in about 40 minutes.
Yeah,
and fucking nailed it.
And and she ended up getting it, and not once through that whole shoot was she like, she never like. I mean, she's still a kid and she's still in grade school, and she never once was like, I can't get this. I'm not. She wasn't even approaching giving up on it, which
or even complaining about like if there was anything, there was that joyful like, oh my gosh, this is so much harder. I never realized how hard this is. And then like that's as close to a complaint that she got for 3 hours of shooting.
Yeah.
In a time when
when she could have been at home playing video games.
Fine, I'll keep her. I was gonna give
her away. So thank you, Terrence, and everyone who sent in emails. We'll keep reading them here every week. Send them in mail, mail at nightattack.tv. That's an email address. Send it, and we will read it here at the end of the show, which is what this is about. Thank you.
Heck yeah, dude. Justin Robert Young. What did we learn this week?
We learned that you should go to bit.ly/crossover point movie. Just
crossover point.
Bit.ly/crossover point. Please go support those guys and Casey McKinnon and Antony Johnston on Twitter. Let them know that you love them. We want to make this a warm place for guests, especially when we have them talk about pooping themselves.
Hey, man, by the way, producers, Hollywood types, all of them, they're not accustomed, or it's not often that they see a passionate crowd come out in force to follow up a podcast appearance. So let's make our team proud by being there tomorrow, 1:00 Central Time. It's a live premiere. They're going to be there. Let's throw out those diamonds. Let's tell them how fun and funny they are.
And if you're listening after the fact, that link will still take you to go watch it. Go watch it.
Yes.
Either way.
No matter what. Yeah, that is the one thing. And by the way, they don't often see it, but when they do, boy, do they lust for it. You are the sexiest piece at the bar. Saunter, my friend, saunter.
The only thing sexier I could think of is this bidding war today. Congratulations to the Bid Boss.
Our bid boss, Jordan DeMoss, with 21,017 bits.
Jesus Christ.
Just beating out Tom Madonna with 20,000 and Rockroll Martian with 12,000. Thank you, everybody.
That's amazing.
See you. Night of Fire.
Diamond Club hopes you have enjoyed this program.